How old is ancient Egypt? Egyptologists say roughly 2900 BC, 3000 BC, pre-dynastic time. But how old is it really? Some people say it's 12,000 years old or older. How do we know? They hang their hat on a fine Turkey and Göbekli Tepe that just changes the history for everything. I don't know how you could do that, but I'd be suspect of the dating on that. Here we see sign of ancient Egypt. And so now let's look at this area here. That arrow there was pointing at Ra, the statue of Ra. And in the Aten, at around 1350 BC, Akhenaten changed all religion to the Aten. The Aten is a disk, and some people say it's the sun, but it's not. It's what the sun represents. But some definitions to say the Aten is an obscure aspect of the old sun god, which is Ra. And what's obscure mean is unknown, is what obscure means. So an unknown aspect of Ra. And what's on the Aten is the disk with radiating lines that come off of it with hands at the end. And that arrow was pointing at the Ra stone monument there. That's one of the middle spire is a hand if you get in the right angle. So right there, that middle spire there between the center one, the tall one, and the one to the right is a hand that's pointed up. Looks just like the Aten radiating lines with the hands. what does that mean? Is that a solid connection between these two areas that I've shown time and time again, over and over, the connections that this is where the Egyptian gods come from. I don't see how that can be um, explained away by coincidence. There's a lot here. Now, the wild card is the ET factor. They might be playing the consciousness games on us and having us see this stuff. And also, time is irrelevant, supposedly in other dimensions. So maybe it doesn't even matter when this things happen. But back to timing, you see all the erosion on these mountains. All that stuff along the side is loose stuff, and the harder stuff stays. The harder stuff also erodes. So, 5,000 years ago, 4 or 5,000 years ago, this was a different climate here. It was cooler, so more rain, more trees. So these were covered with trees. Could you have seen this beyond 5,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago? I don't think so. So I don't think it's as old. Egypt is as old as some nowadays are saying. That's my take on it. What do you think?